Welcome to Online After 50, the Friday question period. Today, I'm going to be answering questions that viewers like you are having. We're going to look at questions that are like, how do I stop preparing and finally get something published? What can I start? Can I start with my iPhone and equipment that I already own? How do I stop making everything perfect? What should I say in my first video? And what if I'm uncomfortable or nervous on camera? So let's jump in. The first question is about how do I stop preparing and finally get something published? It doesn't have to be perfect. This is often the main thing that stops people. We all want things to be really good or as close to perfection as we can, except there is no such thing as perfection. If I was to wait for perfection, you wouldn't be watching this right now. I would never have created it. There are a couple of ways to approach this. One way is to make a commitment today to move forward with a couple of small parts of the task. This creates a version of momentum. I don't need to finish a project today, just to get started. The other way to approach this is to acknowledge that I am very good or have been very good about putting things off. I need to remind myself of the joy that I get when I complete a project. There are 3 steps that I would take to get some forward motion on this issue. 1, I break down the tasks of the project into smaller steps, and then pick one easy one and one hard step. And by that I mean one that makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, and give myself a fixed time to get them done, anywhere between 20 minutes and an hour. The second step you could take is to share your accomplishment with someone else like you, a partner or a good friend. In speaking like this, you are not looking for advice or coaching, but a place to share a small part of what you are up to. And finally, you can celebrate even the small progressions. This could be as simple as making yourself a cup of tea and having a special kind of snack or cookie that you save just for these occasions. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you have created the celebration ahead of time. For a while, I would have a piece of expensive but really good chocolate when I would complete something. Question 2 relates to, can I start with just my iPhone and the equipment that I already own? And the quick answer is yes. If you have a phone, you have a camera. You can also edit from your phone and upload it to YouTube or to a web page. Phones are awesome, and even slightly older ones, like the one that I own, are really great too. This is an iPhone 11, by the way. A couple of ways to think about this question. Have a thought or take about what you want to communicate. Then think about 3 ideas about the topic and press record and go. It's just that easy. Or if you have more than a phone, like a computer or a laptop, look for free apps that will help you produce, edit, and publish the topic inside of your project. Spend only the basic time learning these programs to make your simple presentation. You don't need to be an expert to get started with most apps. The third question today is, how do I stop trying to make everything perfect, and does my first video or website need to be good? Those are 2 great questions. The first relates to the earlier question today about how to stop preparing and publish. The answer is that the things we create will never be perfect. We can always find a more efficient tool or creative way to say something. So how can you stop? That reminds me of a funny Bob Newhart sketch that I found on YouTube. In the bit, he's playing a psychiatrist and his patient was complaining about an addiction she had. And after he listened to her for a while, his response was to tell her, "Just stop it." So that's how you stop stopping. The first website or video doesn't have to be great or really good. That's just a subjective result. What it needs to be is clear, helpful, thought-provoking, and, if you are really lucky, inspiring. Although that is really for your audience to say. Your website and videos are always evolving. Think about what a sculptor goes through by chipping away a little bit of stone in each moment. The artist has a vision of what they want and the patience to keep moving forward. So 3 steps to get there are preview and analyze after completing the whole or part of your project. Accept that what you have created is good enough, especially if it remains true to your vision, and move on to the next step. Question 4 is, what should I say in my first video? In your first video, you should introduce yourself and your main topic to your viewer. Include the reason why you're going online and started your channel. Inquiring minds want to know. A couple of ways to get there are tell a story about your first steps in the field of choice, and then talk about how you can help your viewer along the way. Or do some research into what others have posted in your topic area, not to copy them, but to get a sense of what your ideal viewer might be interested in. Formulate the steps that your viewer will need to learn about your topic, and then invite them along the journey with you. And finally for today, question 5. What if I'm uncomfortable or nervous on camera? It's okay to be nervous the first few times you are talking on a video. There are a few ways you can create videos that don't require you being on camera. A couple of ways to get there are you can create videos in which you present slides and then just speak over them. And you can create videos with slides that you are appearing in a little spotlight circle in one area of the frame. Also, if you're uncomfortable or nervous, you can read from a fully written script. Keep in mind that this has a potential to sound a bit stilted. It's something that you have to practice reading a few times so it can seem like you are having those thoughts in real time. One thing that you can do that will help with nervousness is just before you turn the camera on, do a short meditation or a breathing exercise. That will help you speak and act in a relaxed way. The last thing you can do is to look at the camera and imagine that you're sitting across from a friend or someone who could really benefit from what you are wanting to say today. So that's it for Friday question period today. Thanks for hanging around, and we'll see you again next Friday.